Hey eBay sellers, it's Suzanne A. Wells. Thanks for coming back for another video. And today it's time for another eBay horror story. So here is what happened. I know some of you out there do your best to help others learn how to sell on eBay because you know that it's a great moneymaker, it can be a life changer, and you're passionate about it. Okay, so my daughter and I, we live in Atlanta, and we have helped a lot of sellers people get started selling. They're not sellers yet. They want to be. So we had this one client. This was about 5 years ago. Who she has 6 kids, and her house was just full of everything. They also had horses and all kinds of animals, and so they had a lot of expensive horse riding stuff. Some of their daughters did the English riding, so that's a very expensive sport. The girls did dance, the guys did football, lacrosse. They had all this sports stuff as well as clothing, kitchen stuff. So she wanted to learn how to sell on eBay. So I went over there a few afternoons and got her set up and showed her how to ship things. And then she said she wanted help with listing. So she hired my daughter to list her items. We'd go over there and pick up 50 or 100 items at a time, bring them back to our house and list them for her for a certain price per item. So this went on all summer. And Melanie must have listed 1,000 things for her at I think it was either $3 or $4 an item because she was also taking the pictures. So that was the fee to take the picture, list the item, all that. So we got everything listed, and she kind of said, "Okay, that's enough. I don't need any more listed right now." So we kind of parted ways because she was up and running, and we kind of checked on her account just to make sure that she was shipping things on time and answering questions. And she kind of just dropped everything and just didn't pay attention to her account anymore. And she had, it would take her about a week to ship things. And, we were concerned. We didn't want her to lose all this work we had done because it could make money for her. So I ran into her at the grocery store one day, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm not really into the eBay thing anymore." And I said, "Well, you have a lot of things listed, so make sure you ship them so you can at least get the money when those sell. eBay's not for everybody. That's no big deal." So she had her listings on 30 days. So after 30 days, they started ending, and all these things were in her unsold folder. Well, you only get 45 days to relist these items. So if you don't take action, the listings drop off. You've done all that work. Really, when something goes into unsold, you should relist or sell similar, get it out there again because you've done all the work. You just need to put it out there again. So she did not heed that warning. All of her listings evaporated. And of course, we felt bad because we did all this work for her and she paid us to do it. And then she just kind of let it all go. And all that was done, it just vanished. So I ran into her again somewhere else because she lived about a couple miles from me. And she was like, "Yeah, I don't know what happened to my listings. They must have just dropped off or something because they're not there anymore." And she just totally didn't care. If I had spent that kind of money paying someone to list my items for me, I would have been on top of it until they sold or, paid attention to it. So warning number one, anything that goes into your unsold folder is only there for 45 days. So if you don't take action, that work disappears and you cannot retrieve it. So stay on top of that. Number two is be careful when you invest money in someone to help you with a business if you're not sure you want to keep doing it. I think she got tired of shipping and just didn't want to deal with it anymore. And it was a lot more work than she thought, which is usually the case when you're helping someone learn. They say, "Wow, this is a lot of work. I don't know if I want to do this, having to take all these pictures and write all these listings and then, ship all these things. And that's a lot of work." And I comment below if anyone has said that to you, if you've tried to help them learn, because this is a common thing that we run into is we've kind of stopped helping people locally that we know because a lot of friendships have been affected because, and we feel like we're wasting our time. My daughter and I, wasting our time helping people that aren't going to do anything with it. That time and energy could have been put into our own stores and our own business doing things. So, at this point, I am picky about what clients I'm going to work with. I've come up with like a questionnaire to make sure they're going to stick with it, because as a teacher, it's very frustrating to spend your time with someone who doesn't want to learn. It's like, why are either one of us doing this if they don't want to learn? It's a waste of time. I want to be helping people who want to learn, who understand the value of eBay, who need it in their life because they're disabled, their spouse has lost a job, they want to be a stay-at-home mom, they're retiring, want a business to set up. There are a lot of people who really want to do this and want to learn, and those are the people I want to work with. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, that was an eBay horror story, because our hearts just sank when she said that all those listings disappeared, because we had both worked on it and it was months of work. And Melanie she was like, I don't understand why somebody would pay all that money and then just not follow through with it. And that's like, welcome to the world. That's what happens. So I'd love to hear your stories about if you've tried to help people and they just didn't grasp eBay, or they just dropped it in the middle of it. And it is frustrating. So love to hear your comments on that. Thanks for watching. Have a great day on eBay. Bye.